These are some minnow traps, and in this video we're going to be heading down to the creek and I'm going to show you how to catch some minnows. So the first part about it all is you got to have a minnow trap. Now this is a kit that I actually sell. It's the complete minnow trapping kit. Comes with the minnow trap itself, the clip to hold the trap together, 6 feet of paracord as your rope, a trap tag so you're legal, trap stake for soft ground, and it even comes with a little Jesus right there, as well as a pack of minnow bait. But to get started, the way you put it together is by lining up the 2 prongs on each sides of the bottom, and they should go into each other really good. And once they go together, they should almost become like a hinge. From there, we're gonna pull out our bait. Whatever you wanna use, you can use some light bread or whatever. I'm using this minnow bait, you can use dog food. I'm not gonna put a ton in there. You can put as much as or as little as you want. Just put enough in there to where you can catch as many minnows as you're looking for. Then I'm actually gonna come together, clamp it over together, and then up here at the top, I'm gonna put that clip right there where it clips off both the tops, and then boom. It can't open, and the way a minnow trap works is by fish sees the food, they want it, they swim in this little funnel, and they're not smart enough to get out. One good thing about minnows, they're not exactly that smart. All right, now that we got the minnow trap up and running, let's just head on down to the creek. Let's get started right there. Now, when you're looking for somewhere to minnow trap, around me, there's a lot of little creeks and branches. It does not gotta be big, guys. We're gonna go down to a really small creek. It's not even like really called a creek, but I call it a creek. As long as, oh, I'll show you. But it doesn't have to be big at all. Or you can even take it to a pond or a lake or a river and you can catch some there too. But where I like to go is small creeks where there's nothing there except minnows. And I'll show you what mine looks like down here and you'll see. It ain't gotta be big and it ain't gotta be special either. So when it comes down to minnow trapping, I'd say the biggest thing is picking the right spot. And right here is just an example of a good spot. I'm not gonna sit here because I'm going somewhere else. But how do you know if somewhere's a good spot? First of all, it's gotta be deep enough to sustain life. But 2, the biggest thing, pretty simple. Just look in there and see if you see fish. Usually if there's a hole like this that's got minnows in it, you're gonna see them swimming around. So I don't know if you can see that right there, but there is quite a bit of minnows swimming around in that hole. So that's a good hole right there. And it doesn't have to be deep. Deep is relative. Because I think the shallowest I've caught a bunch of minnows is, I would say right around 4 inches deep, barely enough to where the trap can get down in the water. But it doesn't have to be deep. And a lot of times over little bridges in place is a really good spot. I'm gonna pull us around to a good spot right here, and this is where we're gonna be setting the trap. This spot is a pretty deep hole, I will say, but trust me, you do not have to be at a hole this deep, so. But like, look at them. There is minnows all over this hole. This is a really good hole right here. There's a lot of things using this hole. And you know what? Hey, at the end of the day, if you can set a bigger hole that has more fish, more power to you, because that's just going to do you, it's just going to catch more. So let me go ahead and get this. I've actually brought a little extension rope because it's kind of a big drop to that hole. So I'm just going to go ahead and tie on a little rope to be my extender, and then we'll bring this up and I'll tie it right here around this. So there we go. Minnow trap on a rope. Go toss it in and see what we can do. But what's important is that after we toss it in, we're gonna give it some time to do its thing. Because let's not forget, this is trapping, which means it's gonna take time to do its thing. Toss it in the thing just like that. I've heard people ask, well, does it need to be perpendicular to the creek or sideways to the current? As long as your trap is in the water and the minnows are able to swim around to get in it, you're good. Like if there's super fast current, the place you need to set it is out of the current. But if it's just a slow, steady current, just barely moving, you're good to just toss it in there any way you can. This water, technically there's a little bit of current, but you can't even tell it, so I'm not worried about it. From here, I'll either drive this into the ground, which you can't do that here, or I'll just take this rope, find a really strong vine, and I'd probably just tie it to that. So I'm just gonna figure out, I'm just gonna do that right there, and I'm gonna tie this up real good. Because here's the thing, guys, here's another important tip about minnow trapping. Not only can a big rain overnight sweep your trap away, but also if you catch fish in there, raccoon would love to grab that big shiny trap and go eat it. So just keep that in mind, okay? So be sure to tie down your trap, even if you're just coming to get it tomorrow and it's not supposed to rain. Don't forget about the raccoon who would love to eat your minnows or the bread you have in the trap. We're gonna give this trap about 6-7 hours and we'll come back and see what we got. All right, guys, it's crazy how 6 or 7 hours turns into overnight, but it'll probably be way better for the minnow trapping anyways. Let me go ahead and pull up this minnow trap and we'll see what we caught, if we caught any. And we did. We caught quite a few. Maybe not the most in the world, but we did catch some. Pretty good amount. I don't know how good y'all can see in there. You can actually see really good, actually. You can see we got some minnows, we got some other fish, and we've still got some of our minnow bait left over. So I probably could have left this a little bit longer, but hey, we went out here and we caught minnows. Sometimes I found you'll come up and you'll have the minnow trap stinking full. Then other times, there'll be a ton of minnows in the creek, but you just won't have as many in the trap. And that's not a really big deal at all. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes the minnows bite, sometimes the minnows don't. I've not really put it all together, but I think it's just like fish. Sometimes they bite, sometimes they don't. But if you guys are really looking for a lot of minnows, the best strategy I found is to set out multiple traps. Maybe set one in this hole, one in another hole. That way, not only do you have 3 traps out, but they're also in different locations, just in case this spot could have been trapped last week and you didn't really know it. If you want to watch a video on my top 5 minnow trapping baits, click right over here or right over here for some more fishing videos.